Hi, everyone. Harry here to talk about the advance of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s nomination to head Health and Human Services. First, this is basically a political repeat of what happened with Pete Hegseth, a flagrantly unqualified candidate just based on his ability or lack thereof and experience to run the humongous Department of Defense, but also skeletons in his closet and of three different varieties: financial, alcohol abuse, sexual misconduct that would have doomed other candidates. But it came down to, in the fairly craven rollover Republican Congress, one person who the other Republicans were looking to for cover, Senator Joni Ernst, who was in the military and a survivor of sexual assault. And basically, as the White House knew it would, the Republican senators, in their narrow, it was a 50-50 vote. Three people went against, including Mitch McConnell, but they were able to say, well, if Joni says he's okay, I guess he's okay. Similar dynamic here with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and the senator in question, Bill Cassidy, who is a doctor, so he must really know and has been publicly struggling, has had a kind of Hamlet-like performance over the weekend where he has said that he's really thought hard and taken serious counsel, and he especially wants to thank Vice President J.D. Vance for his candid advice, which is their version of the hammer and the fisted glove, saying, Bill, you got to do this, and here's what'll happen otherwise. And sure enough, on a straight party line vote, with Cassidy being the pivotal one, he is voted as Kennedy out of committee and now onto the floor, where, if the numbers hold, the three people who voted against Hegseth were Collins, Murkowski, who are the most likely to defect, and Mitch McConnell. But if those figures hold, and in particular Cassidy votes for him, as it would be nonsensical to do, right, having voted him out of committee. So he's probably crossed the Rubicon, and that means the other Republican senators probably can say, well, if it's okay with Bill, it must be okay. And we have again a endorsement of a not just sort of unqualified, but a kook. We went through this during his hearings, but his whole series of crazy statements about public health, his very unpersuasive, even dubious disavowal of his previous anti-vaccine statements. His big point is that his children are vaccinated, except there's all kinds of public records of him saying he regrets that. And that is, just for starters, the possibility that, as Trump has put it, Trump has said, yeah, I'm going to leave that to Kennedy to, the exact words are really harrowing, but basically to have a ball with the HHS. And so the possible consequences, this is like the FBI, this is like the Department of Defense. We're talking life or death consequences with putting this kook and crackpot at the head of HHS, and Trump's avowal that he'll let him run riot. Apart from that, all kinds of crazy claims and statements in his past that he was confronted with, particularly effectively by Senator Bennett, about Wi-Fi causing cancer and different vaccines for different races, and different policies causing transgender youth to become transgender, and a whole other sort of financial series of at least problems involving his profiting from some of these crazy claims as a lawyer, or at least as a lawyer, but who has made common cause with a law firm that's made a lot of money propounding these. So he's going to face a lot of heat, on the Senate floor. There'll be a debate where Democrats stand up and express outrage at the very idea of his having made different crazy-ass statements. But as long as Cassidy holds, probably they're at least looking at 50-50. So we have another dynamic where even at the, we're talking about the final three, all of whom are really not just questionable, but dangerous. Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence, Kennedy for HHS, and of course, Kash Patel for FBI, and Hepseth would have been the fourth there. And so far in these first two, by the skin of their teeth, but that's all that matters. Once they're confirmed, they're confirmed. You've had Trump able to make, as a matter of political muscle, the Republicans stand quiet and cow-like, and that is increasingly seeding the entire federal government with dangerous Trump loyalists, in many cases, whose mission is essentially to undo the very agencies they're being put in to run. With Kennedy, it's not quite that. It's just to completely transform it based on his own really crazy, very unconventional, rebutted in the scientific community kinds of ideas, and how those are going to, in concrete ways, harm the health and welfare of Americans is something we're going to really have to watch in the what looks to me now like the likely event that they're able to hold the numbers on the floor and make Robert F. Kennedy Jr. your next head of the HHS. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.